Glacier 2 is the very definition of Wii shovelware garbage. It's a game that should be used in a case study on how not to make a combat racer. The little things that it does okay are greatly overshadowed by some incredibly poor design decisions. Okay, you know what? This game is just shit. It's just really shit. Where do I even start? The first thing you'll notice in this game is that it's called Glacier 2, meaning that it's a sequel to something. Doing some research, there is so little to no information about whatever that first game is that I'm convinced that it never even existed. Upon finding more info at the developer's website, Team 6 Game Studios, which I highly recommend you go read, it looks like this game is actually the first Glacier, just ported to the Wii. Then things get really bizarre because they made a Glacier 3, which is the one and only sequel. I don't fucking know. When you boot up the game, there's some story stuff that makes reference to whatever Glacier 1 is, just talking about high-stakes racing in the frozen wastelands of I don't give a shit. The main menu gives you two modes: Options, which allow you the freedom and flexibility to change the volume, and Play, which has you play through all 18 stages. That's it. There's no multiplayer, no circuit mode, no time trial, no free race, no nothing. You just play through these 18 linear stages and that's the whole game. Once you select your car, you'll be treated to one of many long load screens. Let's take this moment to admire the music. It's terrible. Once that's done with, it's off to the races. You'll only be racing against 3 other opponents. The pack really doesn't get any bigger than that. As the race begins, it's over. These tracks are super short, like less than a minute long, and they're all point-to-point races. And there's only 18 of these. In theory, you're buying a console game that will last you roughly less than 30 minutes. But let's continue. One main staple of a memorable racing game is good controls and handling. Glacier 2, like most Wii racers, uses the Wii remote on its side, having you tilt it to steer your car. It's not great, but I guess it works. It's fine, I guess. The D-pad is used to fire your weapons. It is a combat racer after all. You gotta have weapons. Each direction on the D-pad is designated to a certain weapon, except up. Combat is very one note. Either the weapon hits, or they don't. You have some lock-on missiles that do kind of feel satisfying to use, but you only can hold 2 of them at a time. There's mines that can help take out cars from behind, and a machine gun that doesn't make any noise unless the bullets hit the cars in front of you. As for the tracks themselves, this is where the game's unsurprisingly low bar goes to extreme depths. Just look at what's happening on this first track. It's just a bunch of uphill zigzags with ginormous snowballs rolling down the hill. These snowballs will be a constant source of frustration throughout the whole game, as well as all these bombs planted all over every straightaway in the game. Let's not forget to mention the tracks without any walls. Without a doubt, the absolute worst thing about this game are the multitude of stages that are mostly half-pipes. It may seem cool at first, but every stage has a half-pipe in it at some point, and the way that your car grips the track can lead to some of the most frustrating moments I've ever experienced in a game, especially when there's objects littered around the track. Whenever you get air on a half-pipe, the car's gravity is determined by where the bottom is pointing, so if you're on your left side, you'll fall slightly to the right. Also, any object you hit ever so slightly will cause you to come to an immediate dead stop. I can't tell you how many times I've had to restart a track because of these awful physics. I haven't even talked about the AI yet. The phrase rubber band AI was invented for games like these. Whenever you have a nice commanding lead, the AI will just relentlessly catch up and just ruin you. But then there's moments where I deliberately stay behind and they refuse to go any faster until I pass them. On one of the many half-pipe levels, the cars are cluttered together so tightly that one of them just literally explodes. I can't make this shit up. Glacier 2 is trash. It's a slap in the face to the Billy Bob shopper who buys his 5-year-old a game at Big Lots. Not even for the $1 asking price would I ever recommend this game to anyone. Not even for the hilarity. It gets to the point where the shittiness is just too real where it's not even funny anymore. Like, how did anyone at Team 6 Game Studios not stop and take a look at what they were shipping?
Dude,
Dude, are we fucking testing this or not?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Dude, the boss lady's coming in any minute now.
How do you control this?
Come on, guys. This game's gonna be out in stores next week. What do you got?
The game only lasts 20 minutes.
The motion controls suck.
The AI is stupid.
The difficulty's beyond uneven.
The track designs are horseshit.
The graphics are utter
The
ass.
sound effects are inconsistent.
The music is mind-numbing.
There's no multiplayer.
The course elements just fuck you over like giant snowballs.
Or how
everywhere.
every level is a fucking half pipe.
Why are there mines?
Why is there a massive airplane crashing into the goddamn mountain?
So what's good about it?
Missiles are fun.
The cars are kind of cool.
Ship it!
Yes!